What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So I got a few things for you here. We're going to dive off into this. We're going to check out and see what Trump plan is for America. And then also we're going to dive off into a little something I like to call special out here, you know? And we got Letitia James. She's the Attorney General of, New York and things like that. Of course, Trump had those cases and things like that there and other things. So yeah, she has something to say. And then also we have Trump's lawyer giving a small rebuttal and warning Letitia about herself. So listen, look, this is probably going to be interesting right here. Let's go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Here's my plan to dismantle the deep state and reclaim our democracy from Washington corruption once and for all, and corruption it is. First, I will immediately reissue my 2020 executive order restoring the president's authority to remove rogue bureaucrats, and I will wield that power very aggressively. Second, we will clean out all of the corrupt actors in our national security and intelligence apparatus, and there are plenty of them. The departments and agencies that have been weaponized will be completely overhauled so that faceless bureaucrats will never again be able to target and persecute conservatives, Christians, or the left's political enemies, which they're doing now at a level that nobody can believe even possible. Third, we will totally reform FISA courts, which are so corrupt that the judges seemingly do not care when they are lied to in warrant applications. So many judges have seen so many applications that they know were wrong, or at least they must have known. They do nothing about it. They're lied to. Fourth, to expose the hoaxes and abuses of power that have been tearing our country apart, we will establish a Truth and Reconciliation Commission to declassify and publish all documents on deep state spying, censorship, and corruption. And there are plenty of them. Fifth, we will launch a major crackdown on government leakers who collude with the fake news to deliberately weave false narratives and to subvert our government and our democracy. When possible, we will press criminal charges. Sixth, we will make every inspector general's office independent and physically separated from the departments they oversee so they do not become the protectors of the deep state. Seventh, I will ask Congress to establish an independent auditing system to continually monitor our intelligence agencies to ensure they are not spying on our citizens or running disinformation campaigns against the American people, or that they are not spying on someone's campaign like they spied on my campaign. Eighth, we will continue the effort launched by the Trump administration to move parts of the sprawling federal bureaucracy to new locations outside the Washington swamp. Just as I moved the Bureau of Land Management to Colorado, as many as 100,000 government positions could be moved out, and I mean immediately, of Washington to places filled with patriots who love America, and they really do love America. Ninth, I will work to ban federal bureaucrats from taking jobs at the companies they deal with and that they regulate. So they deal with these companies and they regulate these companies, and then they want to take jobs from these companies. It doesn't work that way. Such a public display cannot go on. It's taking place all the time, like with Big Pharma. Finally, I will push a constitutional amendment to impose term limits on members of Congress. This is how I will shatter the deep state and restore government that is controlled by the people and for the people. Thank you very much.
Yo, listen, look. Hold on, people. Hold on.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Yes, shots are fired. And this is the reason why they do not like Trump. This is a lot this man just said about destabilizing all that bullshit that's going on. And then we also know that he's bringing in Elon Musk to get on the financial situation to find out where all this money been going. Man, this is gonna be wild out here. This is gonna be wild. We gotta, man, listen, look, y'all gotta put y'all seatbelt on out here while we riding the damn DeLorean. Spying on American citizens, limits on the terms of congressmen. Oh my goodness, man. Wow. Limits on the terms of congressmen. Yeah, wow. Because I know the state I live in, the congressman that we have has been in there since like I was a fucking child. So, yeah, man, wow. Come on. And I'm 40 now. So, man, well, 41, but listen, look. And you can see why why things have overwhelmingly been happening to him, assassination attempts, things like that. This is very serious for the American people. He's trying to put the power back into the American people's hands. And I'm all for that. That's what the Constitution is. It was written for. It was stated there. This is what we're supposed to do. That's the reason why we have the Second Amendment rights, things like that. Also, the right of freedom of speech, in order to keep things regulated. Regardless of what this country been through, history, whatever, what I'm saying, ups and downs and things like that. They knew when they was writing the Constitution, it was going to come a day like what we're dealing with now. So, all right, we're going to go further, and we're going to see what Letitia James had to say in her speech or whatever as Attorney General of New York City. Let's go here now. We're New York State, baby. Let's go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Thank you all for coming, and thank you, Governor, for convening us. I want to take a moment to thank everyone who ran for office, those who were victorious, and those who didn't get the results that they worked for. There is nothing more difficult than running for office, and our democracy is better off because of your efforts. We also achieved an important step in our efforts to protect our right to choose in New York. And I want to thank Sasha Ajua for all of her efforts and Donna Lieberman of ACLU for all that they have done to get us to that point. Thank you to all of those who worked so hard to enshrine that right in our Constitution and protected generations to come. I also want to thank New Yorkers for showing up in record numbers to the polls to exercise your most basic and sacred democratic right. And lastly, I congratulate the President-elect Donald Trump. And if possible, we will work with his administration, but we will not compromise our values.
Hey, listen, look, before she started diving too deep, she was struggling up there. She was struggling for that shit there. I would like to congratulate the elect. She was fucking struggling. Listen, look, man, these people have been coming out with all these crazy charges and stuff like that. Listen, look, my thing of this is if this was so pressing, if these charges were such egregious crimes and stuff like that, why they didn't go ahead on and charge him after he left office the first time? Why are you waiting 3-4 years later when election time comes up, and then you want to pop up here and then start charging everybody?
And what the French coast is there to think
right
about?
In the middle of an election. So, and I know you people don't understand out there. Some do, some don't. Those who do, y'all get it. Election interference is a real thing. Here we go. Let's keep going.
Or our integrity, or our principles. We did not expect this result, but we are prepared to respond to this result. And my office has been preparing for several months because we've been here before. We faced this challenge before, and we use the rule of law to fight back. And we are prepared to fight back once again. Because as the Attorney General of this great state, it is my job to protect and defend the rights of New Yorkers and the rule of law. And I will not shrink from that responsibility. You see, between 2019 and 2021, the Office of the Attorney General took nearly 100 legal actions against the previous Trump administration, including when he attempted to cap the state and local tax, and when he sought to eliminate funds and grants for law enforcement officers here in the state of New York. We fought to preserve DACA and protect the Affordable Care Act. We fought to prevent a question about citizenship from being on the census because we were concerned about the impact of funding, the lack of funding to the state of New York, and how it would affect these programs.
What you mean, those programs that you provide all that money for these illegals?
And what the French toast is there to think about?
That program? Okay. Well, hey. All right then. Yeah.
We beat the Muslim ban. We stopped the dismantling of the United States Postal Service. We challenged anti-LGBTQ plus efforts. We safeguarded key environmental policies, and we protected access to reproductive care, and we protected the right to organize. We worked around the clock to defend these basic rights with our Democratic colleagues across this nation. So as you can see, we know their playbook. We know Project 2025 before it was even published. And we have been working.
Okay, Trump is not down for Project 2025. He's already said it. He does not have anything to do with that bullshit. I don't know why everybody want to keep bringing this up. She brought her tail up here with this shit the day after Trump won. This was November 6th.
Both in my office and with other Democratic AGs across this country to make sure that we would be ready to respond to any attempt to roll back our rights. So here we are. We've studied their platforms. We've identified certain possibilities, fact patterns. We've created contingency plans. So no matter what the next administration throws at us, we're ready. We're ready to respond to their attacks.
Okay, so she's saying that she created fact patterns and strategies basically to, maneuver around, the chessboard and things like that. Okay, cool. But who did you create those for? Because, she's a Democrat. So I know you didn't create that for your colleagues.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
So you also had in mind the fact that Trump possibly, real talk, could win the thing. And you created contingency plans to counteract certain things. Let's keep going.
We're ready to respond to any attempts to cut or eliminate any funding to the great state of New York, as the governor outlined. So despite what has happened on the national stage, we will continue to stand tall in the face of injustice, revenge, or retribution. We will continue to protect and our most vulnerable and
okay, the word salad, the revenge, all this type. Listen, look, this is the thing here. If he's clearing up the fucking mess that's out there, real talk. Yeah, I can see how they're gonna still try to, use the shame, guilt, insults, and the need to be right.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
To try to justify, Trump maybe, putting some things in order and stuff like that to clear up the damn mess. What he just said, he trying to clear up the fucking mess, basically. You know what I'm saying? In Washington, all types of stuff. He's trying to move strategical things around the country to get a lot of shit out of Washington because Washington fucked up out there. So, politically, they fucked up. Yeah. And that shit trickles, everything trickles down. New York and Washington are the biggest powerhouses that we have. New York holds the most financial hub that we have, stock market, all that type of stuff comes out of New York. Washington is our political hub powerhouse. This is where we have most of the Senate, Congress, all that type of stuff, all the things is ran out of Washington. Of course, White House, all the type of stuff is ran out of Washington. So yeah, listen, look, it just is what it is.
Marginalized amongst us. Because it is my sworn duty and responsibility to lead that fight, working with the governor of this great state, Kathy Hochul. This is not the time to be fearful, New York, but faithful and steadfast, knowing that I, as the Attorney General, along with my entire team.
Why is she talking like the president is an enemy of New York? That makes no sense. He's a citizen of New York. Donald Trump grew up in New York.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
Man, this is wild out here. This is wild. These people are crazy. Man, oh my goodness, man.
We are guardians of the law, and we are prepared, my friends, to fight back.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're prepared to, okay, they're prepared to fight back. This and that. Fight back. Why? What are you fighting for? What are you fighting for? What is all this fighting against your own country's interests? Why? Shit, man, I know why, but hey, listen, look, man. All right, so we're about to dive off into this right here. This is the Benny hold on. This is the Benny Johnson show. And one of Trump's lawyers came on the Benny Johnson show, and he had something to say about Letitia James, and this is after the fact of what she had to say right then of what we just showed you guys. Let's go here now.
So, Mike, I want to talk about Letitia James real quickly and some of these the rumblings that we're already getting. We're a sanctuary state. The federal government has no power here. We're not going to do this in Massachusetts. There's going to be no deportations. We're going to fight back. We're going to fight Donald Trump. We're going to make sure that, none of Donald Trump's wall can be built. I mean, we've seen this in the first term. How does Trump break through the amount of lawfare, the amount of demonic screaming from the left, kind of in a way, in the way that uses executive power constitutionally to say this is what's right for the country?
I think President Trump would say this. Even President Trump would say this. I think he learned his lesson from the first term, and that is personnel is key, right? And it is so critically important that you put good people in the right post, like Mark Paoletta as Attorney General, so you don't have to deal with this nonsense, right? You don't have to deal with this politicized and weaponized justice system. President Trump and his legal team now.
So it may be a change in Attorney General, which I can see that. You know what I'm saying? Each administration wants the people that they need to have and things like that. I get it.
Led by John Sauer, who should be the Solicitor General of the United States, they've gotten monumental wins at the Supreme Court, including on presidential immunity. Let me just say this to Big Tish James, the New York Attorney General. I dare you to try to continue your lawfare against President Trump in his second term, because listen here, sweetheart, we're not messing around this time, and we will put your fat ass in prison for conspiracy against rights. And I promise.
Hold on. Hold on. Did this white man just call a black woman fat? Yo, shit. Hey, hold on, man. This shit finna be crazy this year.
God, you can't make this shit up.
So I guess he's racist out here. Oh my goodness, he's so racist. Oh Jesus, he called a black woman fat. God dang. He said he'll put her fat ass in jail. Stop it. Woo. Hey, listen, look. if she out here doing a bunch of dumbass shit, real talk, and at the end of the day, though, which we know it's already been a lot of election interference, all types of crazy stuff. Shit goes back to you know what I'm saying, the 2020 election. Man, this shit is crazy out here. It's wild. Yeah, he said, all right, he said what he said. You know what I'm saying? He said what he said.
I promise you that. So think long and hard before you want to violate President Trump's constitutional rights or any other American's constitutional rights. It's not going to happen again.
We've been warning people on the show, Mike. This isn't the same Trump administration. Stop messing around. Don't rig elections. Don't illegally vote. Don't try the funny business, because we know the team this time and they are not effing around. And so we've done our best to warn. Maybe just really quickly here, Fannie Willis. That seems to be.
Hey, listen, look, Tulsa Gabby, JD Vance. Of course, he got Elon in the corner. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Shout out to him. Real talk.
What the French toast is there to think about?
And you know, a lot of people don't understand. Listen, look, you know, especially in the Black community, our whole lineage, and the reason why, you know what I'm saying, the Kennedys was such a huge aspect of the Black community, because back in the day, of course, the Kennedys were Democrats. John F. Kennedy, you know what I'm saying, he got assassinated early in the game and things like that. LBJ took over, and of course, LBJ, we already know he was an asshole out here. And yeah, but he's still, you know, King and all them, they were still trying to, you know, work some things out. They worked a few things out. King started to regret it. That's why he was gone. But you know what I'm saying? And it's just the facts of the matter that, you know, we still had this overwhelmingly mystical thing as the Black community about JFK, Martin Luther King, and, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. And that's where we at now. But obviously, you know, and then, you know, Robert Kennedy was a Democrat as well back then. He was fighting for certain things, but he also took out the game as well. And Robert Kennedy's son right now has switched parties. And, you know, I know the new generation of Black people, that's long forgotten about a lot of things, but you know what I'm saying, for the elders, if they still understand certain things, yeah, that's a huge situation that Robert Kennedy Jr. switched parties like that.
One of the last prosecutions against Donald Trump that hasn't been completely thrown in the garbage just yet. Maybe a message to Fannie Willis.
Yeah, Big Fanny, another one. Where do they find these people? It's just like at Weight Watchers. Where
did he call her Big Fat Weight Watchers? What?
What the French toast is there to think about?
Shit! Hold on. What the hell is this?
You old fish-eyed fool.
Man, this lawyer got a lot. Man, he got a lot of shots out here. Hold on, he got a lot of shots.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Big Fanny. Wow. Hey, wow.
do they find these slobs to be prosecutors against Trump? I would say to Big Fannie Willis and Nathan Wade, it's very clear that the Georgia Court of Appeals is going to disqualify their entire office because Big Fanny hired her dumb, unqualified boyfriend, Nathan Wade, paid him $700,000, $250 an hour. And then Big Fanny took illegal kickbacks from Nathan Wade in the form of lavish trips around the world, Napa, the Caribbean, Belize. I'm a Grey Goose girl. I mean, where do they find these?
What? Hold on. This is wild. What the fuck? Oh, stop it. Oh, stop it. Hold on, man. I could get more content. I could get other content off this shit. Big Fanny. Hey, we already know how Fanny was rolling out there in Atlanta. The district attorney of Atlanta right now, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's the reason why your boy came home, because all them cases out there was botched. All them cases out there were fucked up. That's the reason why Young Thug had to, that's the reason why they had to, you know what I'm saying? Shit, he took that little pity ass plea and this and that. They sent his ass home. You know what I'm saying? This man, all right. All that shit out there messed up. We sure ain't heard from Fanny in a while, though. You know, I drink Grey Goose. Oh, I don't need a man to tell me what to do. You know, I don't need a man, and you know, all right then, Fanny. He said, "Big Fanny."
It's on flops, right? And then she got up and lied about it in court, right? So she's going to get disqualified from this case. This case will go to another district attorney in Georgia, and no one in their right mind would bring this case again because it's not a crime to object to a presidential election. It's allowed by the Electoral Count Act of 1887. It's allowed by the First Amendment. Again, I want to say to these Democrat prosecutors and these Democrat hellholes, we're not messing around this time, right? So proceed accordingly.
Yeah, I don't know how they keep their law licenses after this. I just don't. I don't know how they stay within the bar after what they've done. And when the people know the truth, when people actually understand the truth, and now that we control the media ecosystem, now that more people have like tuned out, and it's broken and it's dead and it's gone, right? This election proved it once and for all. Now we can tell the truth. We can tell the true story. Kash Patel was on here talking about this just a second ago. Like, now is time for truth and reconciliation for the American people to actually understand how their government operates. We're very excited. We're very excited about this moment, Mike.
And this interview proves once again, like all my interviews with you, Ben Johnson, why I will never get confirmed to anything. So I will not be the AG. I will not be the White House counsel. I will not do anything. I'm going to be very happily running the Article 3 project, and we're going to very effectively work with the Trump administration to make sure that President Trump has a very successful second term, unimpeded by Democrat lawfare and election interference and all the other nonsense that they pull. We're not messing around this time.
Just one quick meme for you, Mike, before you go. Just important. I mean, it could be you at that table with Trump, right? But this is the current state of the Democrat Party. And Nancy Pelosi's crying. Nancy Pelosi is crying salty sulfur tears. It's incredible. It's a remarkable moment in time, and so many of those tears are brought about by you, Mike, in the Article 3 project. Oh, you got to put it up. Just put it. It's my favorite photo on earth. It's my single favorite photo ever taken on earth. This side of the Trump assassination 555 photo. Look at that. Look what you've done, Mike. Look what you've done to Nancy.
President Trump just mounted the greatest comeback in world history, right? And this guy, when he ran for office the first time, he was a novice. He had never run for office. He had never been an elected official. He made mistakes in his first term. He's not going to make those mistakes in his second term. We're not going to let Russian collusion, Russian disinformation, this BS lawfare, this election interference, it's not going to get in the way this time. And there will be consequences for crossfire hurricanes. So Andrew Weissman, be prepared.
Hey, listen, I'm going to hold it there. I'm going to stop there.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
I'm going to stop there. This is wild. This is wild. Yeah, he bringing up a lot of factors about a lot of different situations, but this is wild right here. This is wild. Did y'all hear what he said about Fanny? Oh, Fanny Pack. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Pink Book. Shout out to Messy Michonne. Hey, listen, look, they used to be on Fanny's ass. But hey, shit, man. Okay, so yeah, we hear it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Trump said what he said. The Attorney General of New York, she said what she said. Trump's lawyer said what he said. You know, and you know, it's a fight. It's a huge fight right now. And this is where we at. This is where we at, man. And we got to get this country back on track and things like that for the betterment of the American citizens.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
I'm all about America being selfish again. Yes, yes. America being selfish again. We need our tax dollars to work for us. We need our money to work for us. We need to lower these taxing situations so everybody's life can live better, so they could buy homes without all this craziness going on. We ain't got to worry about feeding people that we ought not need to be feeding because they ain't supposed to be here in the first damn place. Sucking up all our fucking tax money. Oh my goodness, they're humans. Listen, look, I got a man. All right. It just is what it is, man. It is what it is. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.